Hello everybody, there in Atlanta, it's ChrisMationLegacy.com with another exciting episode of My Talking Head. So exciting, it is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't care about the Super Bowl really. I'm not a football fan. I do get caught up in watching the game because generally I'm at a party or I'm at work and they were having like a little potluck at work. They're watching the game, so I will, watch the game with them. But I'm generally not watching the game. But I know a lot of people watch the Super Bowl for one reason and one reason only, and it's not the game, it's the commercials. Right behind me on my TV, I've been watching some older Super Bowl commercials, some classic commercials from the past. This one on the TV right now is the Mean Joe Green one. I'm not even sure when the hell it even aired, but yeah. So I was curious. Do you guys have any favorite Super Bowl commercials? Do you guys have anything that you remember that stands out to you? Excuse me. The weather in Florida's been kind of weird. It's been kind of cold and whatever. So there's a lot of viruses going around. But yeah, you have a favorite Super Bowl commercial. Do you remember anything specific? Does anything stand out to you? I mentioned the Mean Joe Green one. That one's kind of iconic. Another iconic one, I guess, would be the Apple Computers one. That aired, I think, during halftime. And I think it was 1984, but kind of cool because that ad was directed by Ridley Scott, and it's I guess a play off of George Orwell's 1984 and I think Pink Floyd's The Wall video or whatever, but yeah, so you got that one, the Budweiser Frogs, of course, which also I found this out not too long ago, that the Budweiser Frog commercial, the original one, was directed by Gore Verbinski. Gore Verbinski was the director of like The Ring, the first Ring movie, and the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, and then went on to direct what the hell was that? The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp, which we won't go into detail about. But yeah, so I mean, there are a lot of iconic Super Bowl commercials. There are also a lot of the Super Bowl tends to air. Movie studios tend to air a lot of spots for the big summer films that are coming out. This year there's not a whole lot it seems like it's kind of like a weak year, like a down year for the whole movie commercial thing. I know Jurassic Park, I think, is having a commercial. I remember back in 2012, I believe we had our first look at the Avengers during the Super Bowl. I think there's an Avengers Super Bowl commercial airing this year, but I don't think it's airing during the actual game. I think it's airing during the pregame, if I'm not mistaken. I think Tomorrowland, the Brad Bird, George Clooney thing, that's going to air this year. But yeah, just kind of like a weak year for the movie stuff. I remember, I think back in 2000, we had the Gladiator did a thing for the Super Bowl, like a running thing. But yeah, kind of a down year for the whole movie commercial aspect, or airing movie commercials during the Super Bowl. It is very expensive to run an ad during the Super Bowl. Very, 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 very expensive. I think this year NBC is charging $4.4 million for one 30-second spot. That is a lot of money, especially when we're talking about movie specific movie commercials. That's a lot of money. You better make sure that you really want to advertise that movie. I think like Cinderella has an ad this year, or one of those type of movies that's not really, you would say that. I know that women viewership on the Super Bowl and football in general is really high. I think it was like 45% of women watch football, which is awesome. I don't watch football, so more power to the ladies. But it seems like if they're gonna air something, or air like a Cinderella or something like that, it'd be geared towards women. I don't think a lot of men are gonna be watching the Katy Perry halftime show. I don't think that's really geared towards them, or maybe it is. I don't know. For other reasons. But yeah. But I was just curious. Do you guys have any favorite Super Bowl commercials? I think some of mine would be the Budweiser Frogs. Was something that I remember. I don't think anything has really come close to that. Last year, I really liked the Radio Shack ads, the 80s sort of pop culture references for their ads because it's Radio Shack and they're kind of like a relic at this point. So that was kind of fitting for them. But yeah, so I know. And then also like during like the late 90s and early 2000s, there was like the whole .com boom. So you had a lot of the like all the .coms like Yahoo and GoDaddy and all that stuff. There was a lot of like .com commercials back in the day when the internet was first taking shape, before the so-called .com bubble burst, in the early 2000s. But yeah, I was just curious. Do you guys have any favorites? Mean Joe Green, he's right back on my TV there, that commercial. But anyway, guys, so, and whatever happened to the Bud Bowl? I love the Bud Bowl. When I was a kid, I remember watching the Bud Bowl. Whatever happened to that? Bring back the Bud Bowl, the Bud Bowl, Budweiser, or the Budweiser Frogs. Bring back those guys too, because they're awesome. But yeah, so that's it, guys. You guys, everybody have fun. Have a good Super Bowl. If you're going to parties and stuff like that, please don't drink and drive. Be safe and, easy on the big calories there, or go nuts. That's why they call it the Super Bowl. So, but anyway, guys, have fun, and I will talk to you guys later.